Welcome to this online webinar about the ABC module of Slim4. This webinar explains the ABC classification on articles using the ABC module. An ABC classification is commonly used to differentiate large assortments into smaller groups to prioritize their focus in inventory management. By using multiple criteria, all articles can be divided over several groups that differ in importance. A articles have a high level of importance, and C articles have a lower level of importance. Therefore, focus lies more on A articles than on C articles. The ABC module can be found under the header clustering, since articles are clustered into different groups. When clicking on articles, pre-made ABC profiles can be found. To create a new profile, click on Add. When adding a profile, several steps need to be taken. First, the name and description of a profile needs to be entered. Then, it is possible to set and choose the different criteria for the ABC classification. The criteria chosen depend on the focus and the strategy of a company. First, the minimum age of articles can be set to determine which articles will be used for the ABC classification. One of the standard criteria is sales. It is possible to either use the expected sales by choosing forecast or the realized sales by choosing history for the ABC classification. Then it is needed to determine how the sales should be aggregated. This can be based on number of units sold, the unit price, or the sales price. It is also possible to change the period over which the calculations are made. This can be either set on 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. The second standard criteria is order lines, which can only be done over history. Again, the period of the calculations can be changed. It can be set on a different period than is used to calculate sales. A third, user-specific criteria can also be used for the calculations. It can either be stock, historical units, or forecast units. When all criteria are set, click on Next. Here the boundaries for the different classification can be set by using the Pareto analysis. When the boundaries for sales are set to 70, 20 and 10%, it means that the articles with the highest total sales will be placed in category A until the total amount of this group is 70% of the total sum of sales. Then the highest of the remaining articles will be divided in category B until the total sales of this group contains the next 20% of the total sum of sales. The remaining articles will fill the C category. The total percentage for the boundaries can thus never exceed 100%. The ABC classification is done on two different axes, so for the final step, the two criteria for these axes can be defined. The criteria are chosen based on the criteria set up in the previous step. When all steps are finalized, click on Add and Open. The newly created ABC profile is now added to Slim4 and will open directly. Once the profile is opened, details and configuration can be found on the profile. To change the settings of the profile, click on Edit, and to see the results of the profile, click on Simulate. When the simulation has started, a pop-up screen opens to make it possible for the user to follow the calculation progress or to abort the calculations when necessary. The simulation will be done based on the ABC profile setup and the active selections or filters. In case the selections or filters are changed, a new simulation has to run. The results of the ABC simulation are provided in the matrix with the two chosen criteria on the axis. Each category shows the most important information on the group, which include the number of articles, sum of sales, sum of order lines, and sum of stock. To classify the articles into A, B, or C, the highest category out of the two criteria is chosen. This means that all articles in the green fields are classified as A, while the articles in the red field are classified as C. All the information of the ABC simulation can also be found based on the single criteria instead of the combined matrix. Here, the Pareto analysis can also be found for all the categories. To know which articles belong to a classification and to show the characteristics of these articles, use the Inspection button. When clicking on this button, a detailed overview of each article in the selected classification is provided. Using the bar on the left, different groups can be chosen on either the combined ABC matrix or a single criteria. Good luck with any ABC simulations.